Hey guys, so today I have a very special video for you. We're going to be building how would you describe it?
A DIY art piece.
We're going to be building a DIY art piece.
Made out of wood.
Made out of wood. The great part about this project is that we're going to be using scrap pieces and wood that's just lying around the home. You can easily cut them up into little pieces and create this project. I have a special guest with me to do this project.
Don't buy a wall here, and it's a hot sunny day, and you need to cool it. You're fired.
She was living in summer. No one ever loved her.
On Amal's channel, we're going to be doing how to cut the wood, prepare the wood, so all of the preparation part. And then in this video, we're going to be sharing how to actually assemble it, put it together, and make it a very aesthetically appealing interior piece.
Yes, and if you didn't watch my video yet, you need to go watch it because none of this is going to make sense if you don't watch my video. So there will be a link in the iCard over here, wherever. And watch that video and then come back to this video and then you're going to know how to do this DIY project.
Triangles like that. So here's what I was thinking is that like it's inspired by mountains, so it's going to be 3 kind of triangle shaped forms, but I wanted to ask you, do you want it to be more heavy and grounded at the bottom, or do you want it to be more dense at the peak of the mountains and it kind of spreads out at the bottom?
Kind of like the top one, but I think you should add a few dense pieces at the top so it doesn't look too light.
It'll be, yeah.
You guys should leave in the comments which one would you guys like.
For the planning part, I'm going to be wearing gloves just so that I don't get a splinter. Now I'm going to be starting off with the peak of the middle mountain, and I'm going to start laying out the pieces here for the first triangle, and then I'll start building out. Okay. And remember, these are not really great at supporting the rest of the piece, so this is going to add up to be pretty weighty. So we want to make sure these are attached to some bigger pieces. And I should also mention these connections are 90-degree connections, but because of the way we're orienting them, it's gonna go up like a 45-degree angle. But they're all gonna be connected at 90 degrees. Now, okay, this is all the 2x12s, this is all we have. It would have been nice if we had more, but because that's the case, I'm gonna swap out the bigger ones at the top so that we have more support at the bottom. Now, this is something that you want to do, kind of seeing the amount of materials you have and start placing it to kind of the design that you like, but then moving around the pieces as you need them.
To listen to the customer. I didn't hire an interior designer. I hired me.
That's why you suck.
Oh, I'm chucking a piece of wood at you. I don't know how I'm gonna glue this. So we do not have a lot of wood glue left because we did a lot of other projects and we don't have any more. But we do have Gorilla Glue, which is a similar thing as this Gorilla Wood Glue. It's not sponsored, by the way, but we're gonna use this original Gorilla Glue. We also have some LePage 100% glue. This is really strong glue, not sponsored again. And then we also have some tacky glue, Aleene's tacky glue, not sponsored, but
When you're putting this together, I would recommend starting from the top and then working your way to the bottom. And like Amal said, what are we gonna do today?
glue and brad nail.
Okay, we're gonna glue and brad nail it. So we're gonna show you how it's done, and hopefully this stays together.
No, don't
And this will definitely stay
Okay.
together.
say this will stay. No, don't say it. Just cut it and read it. Just
Okay, how do we want to do it? What are we doing?
putting glue.
How?
By putting glue. You are not that dumb. Like you. You want to glue and nail all the bigger pieces, then place them, and then glue the tiny pieces on.
Especially these ones here are
They're gonna
definitely
break, so don't
break
brad,
off.
don't brad nail them.
So this is like a really big puzzle. And
That doesn't have interlocking joints, and you have to nail them and glue them.
as you're doing this process, you can also change the design a little bit, move around pieces, and make sure that they're connecting in a way that the whole piece is supported.
So this won't be really strong right now, but after we flip this carefully and then put the whole back, like a glue layer on the back, this is going to be really strong. So this is a pretty time-consuming part, but it'll look really good when you're finished.
10 million hours later.
It's like a polyurethane type of glue, and a tip for it to cure faster is to get like a wet rag. Now this isn't like dripping wet, it's like just slightly wet. So I wetted it and then I let it sit for like 15 minutes so it'll dry out a bit, and then I just wipe it so it's not too wet but it gets the surface wet, and then I'll just put some, not a lot, but a little bit of Gorilla Glue. You do that side, I'll do this side.
Yeah, whichever falls apart, they lose. So this has been the easiest way of putting it together, which I'm gonna admit is a little tricky. We took a piece of wood, a little tiny stick like this, and I save it.
Yep.
Okay, well, don't do that. We put it on a block of wood, and I'm just going in, dipping, going one by one, and adding it to our pieces.
Now this was very hard because we went such a large, massive size, but our previous one, which we'll put a picture right now up on the screen, our previous one, it was really small, and not really small, it was like a 2 or 3 feet by 3 feet, and it looked really good. And then we were like, maybe we should do a bigger one, and doing big ones take a lot of time and a lot of pieces of wood.
Before you do a big one. I don't even know where we need this anymore.
That's why I said, let's just dump some glue. How did you do this with your last project? It must have took so long. Next day.
We're gonna take this piece off of the cardboard.
Pretty
Now
stuck.
some parts are going to be glued on, so it's going to be a bit of a challenge, but this is the moment of truth, right?
Yeah.
This cardboard piece. I broke it.
Huh?
I broke it. But that's okay, because we can put it back together in pieces. Look, we're going to be taking our pieces. We're going to be flipping them upside down and then joining them together, so that way we can do another layer of glue on the back.
And on
so
the
it
back,
can be stronger.
when we do it on the back, we can do more messy. Ah, man! Boys, it's dripping. Hey, at least it's sealing the wood. We're sealing the wood, boys.
I don't think this is.
Here. Solving problems. That's what we're here for.
To give you guys an update, we epically failed on that one. And it's
Not epically failed. It was too bumpy.
let me show you. It's a huge heap of wood, glue, and
Mess.
a mess. So yeah. Now that is the back of it, so the front is probably not as ugly, but it looks pretty bad.
Now, this channel and my channel, we do not hide or clickbait users. We told you the truth, we failed on one, but we succeeded on the other. So for that reason, you should subscribe to Maria Joe's channel, and you should also subscribe to Built by Amal, which is my channel. Link in the description.
Although it's not as big as the original one, and it's definitely not a mountain, I think.
No, it's a mountain.
I think for wanting to give up, we pulled through, and we,
So the key motive here is to never give up.
except when it looks like that.
The technique I'm gonna use is some PL Premium, which is super strong adhesive, not sponsored by the way. And I'm just gonna do some dollop. 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 I don't want it to be bumpy on the wall, so I'm just gonna take a scrap piece of wood and just gonna push it into the gaps a bit more and just flatten it out a bit more so that it wouldn't be bumpy against a drywall or whatever wall you're gonna hang it on.
It's on the verge of being a DIY disaster, but luckily we rescued it. So we'll play some B-roll for you right now.
Living in the summer. Didn't last too long.
And also, Amal is the one that fixed all this, so you should subscribe to my channel for more fixes and more content.
Partially a lie, but we'll let him get away.
Okay, what did you say?
Okay,
Was I lying?
partially. I think you're good. You can hold on.
Okay, but I'm missing some here.
Amal.
Guys, get us 2,000 subscribers and I'll pour all the silicone PL Premium on her hair. Subscribe today or else I can't do it.
Stop.
Do you agree?
Okay, I do not trust him being behind me, so thanks for watching and bye!